This is a great image of a respectable, classy, beautiful woman.
For you to point out this well-dressed sister here to make me feel some type of way about myself becomes a problem.
Let me get you.
Reason I have never said I do is because I don't.
I've been married, and I couldn't sign up for bad sex.
Test drive.
So if we enter a relationship with anything that's about me, then I don't believe that we're ready.
Welcome back. We are single on Saturday night, and we're here at Kia Grave Seafood and Steak Restaurant. It's been heated the last couple of weeks because, you know, it's the battle, the women versus the women, the wife versus the mistress. But I have a question all the time. We ask it, maybe I want to be your mistress. Maybe I want to be your side joint. Maybe I'm down for whatever. Why can't we all just tell the truth? Communication is key. I'm Danielle Patterson. I'm single, no kids. I'm single on Saturday night and every other night. And to my left is
Manisha Cheatham, and I'm also single, one kid, and hopefully that won't last long.
Dave Scott. I'm single, representing Daily News, Sexy Singles, and Positive Brothers out here.
I am Shelly Williams. I am single, never been married, no children, and I'm going to get married soon.
I'm Carol Petra. I was married. I am single now and no children.
I'm Tiffany Savage. I'm single and no children.
Michelle Renee, currently single, no children.
So, why is it that we can't tell the truth? We think about it, we talk about it, we come up, we kick game, it's the Willy Bobo, and we started all off wrong. Somebody said it earlier, why can't we stay in our lane? If we define the lane, maybe we'd all be happy with it. David, so tell me, why can't you just tell me the truth when you come holler at me on the club on Friday night?
Fear that if I tell you the truth, you won't give me the opportunity that I want, that you won't understand. I can't picture it or frame it a way where it's going to be okay with you. So if I have some baggage, some luggage, I got to say something and say, I'll make up for it later on. I'll figure it out later on. But right now, I have Danielle in my sights. I want you. And that other stuff, it ain't that important. We'll get to it. I want you. I can't tell you the truth because if I said I'm involved with somebody, I'm dealing with somebody, that you just might say no. But my temptation for you, my lust for you, and my ultimate desire for you won't allow me to tell you the truth. Won't tell.
I agree. And I think it's even besides that, it has to do with anything. I don't like when someone smokes. I'm sorry, I don't date people who have children. And I'm not giving them the opportunity, but give me the chance for me to decide if I want to be with you or not. And if you are involved with somebody else, I think that 9 times out of 10, I'm not going to be worried about it because you could ultimately choose me. And it's not a mistress type of situation because you're not involved with that person and you're not married.
You don't want nobody to take your choice away from you. I say, if you tell me, I want to make a conscious choice. I have rules that says I don't want married women and I don't want nobody living with anybody. If you marry, we done. You live with somebody, you done. Then somebody say, well, what if I'm, in the process of getting divorced or I'm separated? That gray area gets so scary and touchy because is the door shut on your relationship or is it shut and deadbolted? Those are questions I ask a woman when I meet them. Are you married? Do you live with anybody? And if you are separated, is the door shut or is it shut and deadbolted? Now I can make a conscious decision about what I want to do.
Okay, so you get the opportunity to make the conscious decision, but I don't get the opportunity.
Right. You can have the opportunity.
Right, I do have the opportunity, but the difference is that exactly, you've already lied. Really, you don't know what I'm down with. You don't know who I am. You don't know anything about me when you meet me other than you physically like what you see. So, hence, why can't you be, okay, well, this is my situation, but this is what I'm trying to do. I had a man approach me like that. I wasn't with it, but I respected it. That's where it was. I wasn't with it, but I respected it. And later on, when he got out of his situation, when he came to me again, I really respected it because you gave me the opportunity before. Right. Now you really showed me that you really were trying to get out of your situation. It's no longer a situation. Now me and you can get situated. And that's where it went. So,
Well, that's the whole point. We want the opportunity, and somebody will come up to us and say what it is. I know I asked the same question, are you married, da-da-da.
Yeah.
But what you get is a lie. And so I want to know how many men out there or how many people out there, men, how about that? Do you tell the truth? Because I think that who tells the truth? Are you a player or not? What? Do you tell the truth?
We all do want to make a decision, and we want to have a choice. But if you don't have all the facts, you are not making a choice. You are still placing yourself in somebody else's circumstance. And that's the problem. I'm sorry, I'm an attorney. I need all the evidence to bear out so that I can make my final decision, whether it's good, bad, or indifferent. It is my fully informed choice. You know, just like we had this whole mortgage debacle. People signed on the dotted line and didn't understand what they were signing.
Exactly.
It's no difference than these male-female relationships. I need to know you, your warts and all, and if I decide to accept them, and since we're talking about warts, because we were talking about would you date a man with STD? The question was,
I missed that.
Did he tell me?
All right, when we come back, we want to find out, is it the weakness in men that they don't tell the truth? I think it's a weakness, but we want to find out when we come back. It's Single on a Saturday night right here at Kia Gray Steak and Seafood Restaurant, 10 North 9th Street, Darby, PA. Shout out to Scott Gray. Scott Gray over there, just doing his thing. He's the head chef. His cooking is excellent, so we're going to get that in a minute.
We're getting hungry.
Program is brought to you by Kia Gray Seafood and Steak Restaurant, located at 10 North 9th Street in Darby, Pennsylvania, right off of Main Street. We have Sunday brunch on Sundays at 10 a.m. We have a delicious seafood and steak menu, and host your next event, wedding reception, or party at Kia Gray Seafood and Steak Restaurant, located at 10 North 9th Street in Darby, Pennsylvania, right off of Main Street. Special thanks to Q's Hair Boutique, located at 5815 North Broad Street, Philadelphia, PA. Q's Hair Boutique is a full-service salon providing the star treatment for any occasion. Please don't look any further for your next hair appointment. Call Q's Hair Boutique. That's 215-668-9800. In true celebrity fashion, Austin Photography snapped beautiful candid of all the Single on a Saturday Night group. Austin Fine Photography is located at 4221 Main Street. If you would like to feel like a star, please call Austin Fine Photography at 267-297-7895. This program is brought to you by the following sponsors. Do you want to advertise your product or your service or your event right here in between the hottest show in America? Give us a call at 215-843-1984. Give us a call. If everything's a go, we'll have your commercial advertised on the next show.
Greetings, my brothers and sisters. This is Pastor Michael Heath, Senior Pastor of Living Waters Ministries in Collingdale, Pennsylvania, with your 1 minute of inspiration on urban expressions. All of us struggle with mistakes and things that we have done in our past. I like to say every one of us has a past. Well, mine might not be yours and yours might not be mine, but we've all done some things that, if we're honest, we wish we could undo. But none of us have a time machine, so we're not able to go back in time. But the awesome thing is that just because I've made some mistakes and just because I've done some things doesn't mean that God stops loving me. Doesn't mean that I lose my usefulness for what God can do. So I want you to know that it doesn't matter what you've done, no matter how bad you might feel. The Bible says that if we would just repent and tell God that we're sorry, that God would bring us back into relationship with Him, and God will be able to use us. And in fact, oftentimes it is what we've gone through that enable God to use us better, so we can help somebody else to not make many of the same mistakes that we have made. So won't you come out to Living Waters, join us, and gather with a group of people, not that don't have a past, but that in spite of their past are allowing God to use them and take them to the next level. Living Waters meets every Sunday afternoon at 3 p.m. We share the main sanctuary of the Collingdale First Church of the Nazarene, 212 McDade Boulevard, Collingdale, Pennsylvania. Check us out online at www.livingwaterspa.org. or come to Living Waters and let the wave overtake you.
We are back and single on a Saturday night right here at Kia Gray Steak and Seafood Restaurant. We thank everybody who helps us put the show together. DJ Romy Rome, 88.1 every Tuesday, 9 o'clock. Austin Fine Photography, taking those great candid shots. They will be coming out real soon. And of course, Q's Hair Boutique, 5815 North Broad Street, and
Issues, a shoe-tique, there for all your accessories needs. Look them up in the hot pink building, 120 South 60th Street. You can't miss it.
all right, we want to ask the gentlemen some questions. We want to know, where's the microphone? Where's the microphone?
Well, what we wanted to know was whether or not they were weak, and is that why men can't tell the truth? Or, I have a question for the ladies. Is it that the men are weak, or are the women enablers? We permit them to be liars. I don't know. Let's ask Tasha.
Hello. Danielle. What I had to say is I have been not the man, but in the man's predicament. I had a guy and he was so in love with me, but I liked this guy over here that was doing his thing, but I liked him. And I told the guy that was so in love with me that I'm not going to be dedicated to you because I like him. And if I want to be with him, I'm going to be with him. So basically, you're not going to hold me down because if he want me, I'm with him. And the guy said, well, we can work it out. And I think it's easier to just be truthful, like, basically. The other question, somebody else can answer. But that's what I had to say for the longest. So
I do think that sometimes women can be an enabler as far as men lying, because once you catch your man in a lie, and he knows that you allowed him to lie to you, and then you just say, oh well, forget about it, and then he comes and lies to you again, and then you say, okay, I forgive you again. You know, he's gonna say, well, all I gotta do is come say sorry, kiss her on the cheek, whatever, bring some flowers, you understand? And then he's gonna continue to lie, and then he's gonna continue to lie. That's not even funny. You know, it's not even funny. It's, you know, because I had to watch that. I was the child in a relationship. You know, I watched my mother be abused. You understand? I watched my brothers and sisters be born outside of my mother and father's marriage. You understand? But what did he do? Bring your fur coats home, brought us a big mansion. You understand? And as a child, I really didn't know what was going on until I got older. You know, so I found someone that was like my father, you know, not really knowing how my father was. He was just like him, you understand? Lived a double life, you know? Had me thinking that I was with him, that he was with me, and it was like, I really didn't understand, still to this day, how he did this. He was with another female the whole time, and I was his childhood girlfriend. I was with him for ever, you understand? Kind of find out, I'm sorry, say it again. What did you say? I'm sorry. You know, come to find out he was with someone else, and you know, I felt betrayed, you know, but I did not allow that to happen again. I said I would never put myself in that position. So tell me the truth. I'm not going to enable you to lie to me, you know. I'd rather hear the truth. How are
you going to know whether you're telling the truth? It's
right,
like
exactly.
Straight
That's
up
true. Yeah,
baby, I want you. You're the only one. Yet you don't know. That's the whole point. We're trying to put it out there that, listen, it's better to just tell the truth. You still might get the skins. You still might get what you want. Just tell the truth.
Because the female might look at me like, oh, you know what? Let me just smash real quick.
Well,
you know,
see,
like seriously. You know?
What we fail to realize is, we talked about this a little bit online. We think we're in control, and we think we have everything under control when we go out here to do these things. You know, I was married and I was unhappy, and when I went out there looking for somebody, I just have to admit it. I was the one that was looking for a jump off. I wasn't looking to leave my husband. I wasn't looking to upset my home. I was married. I had a kid, but I was not happy. I found a jump off. But guess what? Feelings got involved. The second that feelings got involved, all of a sudden, there was this man that I was seeing, you know, between the hours of 12 and 4 o'clock in the morning that didn't even know that I had a husband. He didn't even know that I had a kid at home. But now at that point, I think we as women, I realized that it was more than what it was, and I was the one that came and said, you know what, I have to lay all my cards on the table and let you make the decision. Because to me, as long as you were a jump off or we were a jump off, I didn't owe you any explanation. But the fact that the first time we had breakfast together, we had lunch together, we went to church together, well, wait a minute.
I was getting serious
now.
now.
Not a jump off, and I had to let him know that I was married with a kid, and he had to make the decision whether we want to go forward. And like I said, I've been with this man for 21 years, but I kept it real. Yeah, I'm telling my age now. I kept it real, but I was honest, and he made the decision to be with me, and then I had to deal with that old other situation.
Because you thought you had no strings attached. There's always a string.
Well, see, that's what I'm saying. We lie to ourselves and say that there are no strings attached, and we think we can control everything. But really, once you start getting involved with people, you never know where that relationship is going to go, who it's going to affect, and how that's going to change your entire life. So before you start getting involved with other people, you have to think about every scenario that can happen or who's going to be involved.
That might be the biggest lie, Shelley. That might be the biggest lie.
Yeah, you can't control how you feel. So why would you catch feelings for a married man? You know, I don't want to. You know?
I've been kind of joking on this, but it seems like most of the time we've been talking about men lying. Let's not forget it.
Right.
Until Nikki, that's the first time I heard that a woman lie.
Oh yeah.
No, she's told the truth.
We know and tell somebody to smoke. Oh, I'm not a smoker. Come out, your house look like Bob Bobby's house.
Because I had a woman lie to me.
You don't have no kids, come to find out you got a tribe at home.
Right.
Because Mike,
that's true.
I had a woman lie to me. I had a married woman lie to me, and I was pissed off. I had a married woman lie to me because when I met her, I asked her, "Are you married? No. Do you ever live in? No." It was her girlfriend who told me later on that she was married. She said, "Dave, I thought you don't date married women." I said, "I don't." Well, she is. So when I called her up, and I didn't curse her out, I took her out to dinner. I sat at a table, and I just put myself back and said, "Can I ask you a question? Are you married?" She said, "Yes." Wow. I say, "Didn't I tell you that?" She said, "I didn't think you would date me, so that's why I lied to you. But can we still continue?" No, we can't, because you took my choice away from me.
Right. Oh, but why can you trust her now? Exactly.
I want my choice. I want my choice. I want my choice. Because I'm giving you your choice.
No, baby.
I'm giving you your choice.
You told me. What
Your choice.
You told me was.
Your choice.
No. But see,
I said, you asked me how come guys lie. I just told you they reach the rationale.
No.
Get him. Get him, D. Get him, D.
Again, I'm going to take it back to what you said, your previous statement. I'm
Get
going to
'em.
bring it full circle and tell you how the jury is convicting. Is this.
Get 'em.
You started out by saying that men lie because you want to make sure that you have the choice. So then when you fell victim to the same lie, now you're upset. It's the same lie. It is no different than I meet you. Yes, it is.
That's not what I said. I told you why men lie. For their own selfish reasons.
Because they don't want their choice taken away when they're
not their choice. They feel as though that they will not get you.
The answer is going to be that you won't. So maybe she felt the same exact way, and because
But
she
I
may have been afraid and has been in enough situations
Don't
where
take
it
my
didn't
choice.
work out for her, that she decided, you know what? Because this is what happens. Everything has an opposite and equal reaction. Because these relationships have been failing the way they have been, and the breakdown has been going the way it is, that women in this day and age have been using the same tricks on men that men
have been using on women.
I just don't want to be a part of the trick.
Well, neither do we. That's the whole point. We don't want to be a part of the trick. We want to make the choice. We want you to tell us the truth from the door. Then we won't have anything to worry about.
But you know what the irony is? No, but the irony is that if you give, as women, okay, we're still, even though we got more men than ever, shout out to the men, we still are women in this room. So what happens is all these single women in here, well, obviously we've told you we're single. We're single on Saturday night and every other night. Now, the 5 dudes that's going to come after me after this show, because I guarantee it's going to be 5, are going to come and go and holler at me. And then they all going to come to me with their line. Okay? Oh, see, I already got counted.
They're going to come to all of us.
They was already counted. Okay? So they're going to come up to me after the show and tell me whatever is the line that they have. The difference is I could tell them, well, you know, because I already told you, I want a man to hang my pictures, take out my trash, shovel my snow, take me out and buy me stuff. So that's 5 dudes. You got 6 hanging after me according to you right now. So that means this line is room for 1. What I'm saying here is they'll be willing to get in the line because they are willing to stay in their line.
Okay, I'm going to give you a statement, and then I'm going to turn it back to Shell. Here's what I know, because when it comes to, I got to get, look at it, listen to this, and then we're going to give it, I'll let Romeo have. Here's what I learned. Here's the thing that got me. Let's say, Danielle, you call me up and say, Dave, come over here and get something from me. If not, I'm going to call. Listen to this. If I'm going to call up Romeo. Guess what I'm going to do? I'm going to get my ass over there. Now, let me call you and say, Danielle, you better get over here. If not, I'm calling Militia. You know what you're going to say? Go call that B.
Call Militia. That's what I'm going to say. Call Militia. No, well, see, the difference is now, that's because actually, you know, we asked that question, what's the word that's going to get you some? Like, you know, really what I'm going to tell you is the easiest words I had was, you got 10 minutes to get here. I might change my mind. My bell rings in 6.
And the
Why? Because men, that's what men are going to do. It's just a difference in the nature. You know, a man is going to, if that's what they decide they're going to do, and it's going to be a sexual relationship, and they're fine with it being a sexual relationship. If they're going to be the picture hanger and the drag and the trash taker outer and the snow shoveler, thinking that one day in the future maybe they going to get some, they going to stay in their lane.
Because we can compartmentalize.
I have all those then.
That's what they want. That's those particular men.
I got all them then.
We all are looking for different things. Most of the time, the women are looking for love, relationships, love, and the whole happily ever, not just sex. But I want to hear from the man. I want to hear more men speak.
All right, my thing is, why is everybody so sensitive? You know what I mean? And the whole thing is, how long do you have to know your man before he is your man? You know what I mean? And the thing is, all you ladies, you talk about sex and all of that stuff and giving and a guy giving back and all of that other stuff, but when is the perfect time? That's the timing. Like, any one of these women in here right now, if I got your number, I know that you're dating 4, maybe 3 or 5 other guys before I even met you. So the thing about not necessarily, but the whole situation is somebody's dating somebody. Exactly. Because all these women in here look good. You know what I mean? And what I'm basically trying to say is, when is the perfect time to tell you the truth?
In the beginning.
Right now. In the beginning. Yes. Like,
you know what I mean? But in the beginning, but the thing about it is, I don't even know you.
But you want to get to know me. But you want to get to know me.
I understand what you're saying. It's like, you're on the first date, how much of the truth are you really going to say? I guess it's about what questions are asked. If I ask you a specific question, I want the true answer. I'm not saying you have to tell me your whole life in the first date. But if I'm asking specifically, are you single? Are you dating anyone? I expect a true answer. I don't expect to know, like, are you a I mean, there's certain things I'm not going to know in the first week of knowing you, first month maybe. Certain things you can only know by being around that person, being in different environments with that person. But certain truths have to be told in the beginning.
Oh yeah, and I agree with you. But if you're dating and I'm dating and you got 5 people you're dating, I got 6 I'm dating. Say that. And
tell me that.
And I'm gonna tell you.
No, you just said when are you? But when are you going to tell me?
Oh no, I'm gonna tell you in the beginning, because once I find out that you're dating somebody, I'll tell everybody that I'm dating.
But he only gonna wait to find out.
But the whole situation is this, everybody, is everything is so sensitive about what everybody got, what degree they got, what car they drive, where they live at, and all that. And the thing about it is, would Hollywood date you? Would Hollywood date you, or would you date Hollywood? And what I'm saying about is that is a multi-millionaire with a person with a regular job, would they date you because of who you are and what you believe in and, you know what I mean, your personality? I would say I'd give it a chance, but everybody's not going to be like that, and, you know what I mean, it's just simple like that, so.
Well, I don't think that everybody's sensitive. I'm coming to you. I don't think that everybody's sensitive. I think that we're talking about the basic level of understanding and communication necessary to go into a relationship. I mean, the problem is, it's not just early on. It's later on when we had the misperception that we're in a relationship and we're not just having relations. When we change and turn that corner and if things start looking different, and especially, and I'm going to tell you that women are much more guilty of this than men. We said, you treat me nice, you're spending time with me, you know, we bumping uglies on a regular, you staying over here, you want me cooking your food and picking up your kid. We're in a relationship. But he just thinking, no, we still just having relations, you doing me a couple salads. Like, you know, and then there's a difference, and now we got feelings all involved, and feelings are getting hurt. We just have to be honest with one another, and in the end, you know what? That may not be your one. That may not be your Boaz that y'all all want to talk about all the time, whether or not he exists for you or me or whatever. He may not be that one, but you know what? He can be a very, very good friend. How many ladies in here can really say that they have a man in their life that is a very, very good friend?
All right, let's go to Chris. Chris, go ahead.
What we have to understand is that there's one word that we're throwing out here that we really don't understand the definition of, and it's dating. You know, if you're dating, and if we're dating, we're not in a relationship. We're just dating, because that word means that we're getting to know each other. I don't even know if I'm going to like you 5 days from now.
Right. Exactly.
And you don't know if you're going to like me. Yeah. But because we're dating, we're getting to know each other. We might not even be compatible, you know, but we're dating. So if you say, or if I tell you, yes, I'm dating 3 other women, then I'm giving you the opportunity to be like, okay, well, you might be the one and not them 3 other women.
Right.
But that dating is getting to know each other. The problem comes in is when I lie to you and say, well, no, I ain't got nobody. No, I'm not in a relationship, but I am dating somebody. So there is a difference in being in a relationship and dating somebody. Now, another thing that we have to understand is lying gets you nowhere. Lying gets you nowhere. Women do it the best.
Yes, we do.
But men do it the worst.
And the most.
And the most.
And the most. Don't forget.
You understand what I'm saying? So, I truly believe if we're honest and everybody know that we're married, I can be a traitor, I can be whatever, but I'm gonna be real. And this is why most relationships don't work out. Is because you start off with a lie.
With a lie.
With a lie. Now, I'm married. I've been married for 5 years. Have women stopped trying to come at me? No. I am a handsome man. I don't care what anybody says. I'm handsome. But my wife knows, number one, that I'm a flirt. So she knows I'm going to flirt. She tells me to flirt sometimes to get certain things. But at the same time, you going to know straight up, I'm married. Now, it all depends on if you want to continue the friendship or if you don't want to continue the friendship. You have that choice that you want to make.